So this weekend I've been working on my next book, Getting Started with Beaglebone, all about this guy. And I was focusing so much on the book that I didn't really have a chance to think of what I wanted to make videos about this week. And usually over the weekends I'll think of at least 3 or 4 ideas that'll get me far enough into the week before I come up with some other ideas. And so I woke up this morning, I was like, I gotta make another video. I don't want to break my streak. What should I make a video about? So I went to Twitter and Google Plus with my dilemma. I don't know what I want to make a video about. And I got a response on Google Plus from Andre saying, talk about the maker's motivation. Why do something that is done somewhere else by someone else better than you could possibly do yourself? I thought that's a perfect topic to talk about. That's really good. It's something I've thought about. It's something people have asked me about before. And sometimes it's in the context of, why did you make this particular project? And sometimes it's, why do you make generally? What makes you a maker? What's your motivation to make generally? And I've done a lot of thinking about that. Now, when it comes to a specific project, I can usually pin down some sort of inspiration that got me thinking about the ideas. For instance, the Enough Already, the project I made that's all about silencing celebrities by listening to the closed captioning track on your television and then muting the TV when it's a celebrity you don't want to hear about. That came to me because I was getting so sick of hearing people like Donald Trump, Sarah Palin, Kim Kardashian. I was getting sick of hearing about them. And I realized that closed captioning, by monitoring for those keywords, I could mute the TV. That was very natural, and it made sense because it was solving a problem I had. Sometimes, however, making for me is really just scratching an itch. That's the best way that I can describe it. I get an idea in my head that is usually a question that's about, like, what if? Like, what if, what if a camera outputted a text description instead of a picture? What if, how can this technology connect to this technology? Would this work if I did this? How would it feel if I did this? What would the experience be like? These questions come up, and the motivation to answer those questions is really the motivation to make for me generally. Now, Andre was saying, why do something that is done somewhere else by someone else better than you could possibly do yourself? I think there are a lot of reasons to go ahead and do something that's already been done. Now, for one, unless you do it yourself, you're not going to be sure how hard it is. And I think sometimes you just want to get some skills out of it. So if someone is building if you're building something that you know has been built before, at least you're getting some skills out of it. But then you can put your own fingerprint on the idea. You can put your own spin on it. You can make it look just the way you want. And even if it is mostly someone else's project, you can make it be just the way you want. Another thing that could happen is you could be building something that's been built before, but there's one little part of that you're really inspired by. Maybe it's a particular way a mechanics works, or maybe it's just some small idea in there. And you can take that one single part and plant it and grow your own whole idea out of it and grow your own whole project out of it. So I do recommend, even if something's been done before, let's say you have an idea and you do some research and you see that the idea has been done before, you may want to consider going through the motions anyway and seeing how it feels and seeing what it's like. See how you can put your fingerprint on it, or see if maybe there's a small idea in there that you can use in your own ideas. A couple sources I want to tell you to check out if you want more information about this. One is Kirby Ferguson did a 4-part Vimeo series called Everything's a Remix. Check that out. It's not very long. He did a TED Talk also, all about how everything we do online is really remixes and rehashes anyway, and you shouldn't let that stop you. Don't let that paralyze you from doing what you want to do. I do recommend checking out his Vimeo video series. That was very inspirational to me. Another huge source of inspiration for me was Austin Kleon's Steal Like an Artist. He wrote a blog post called Steal Like an Artist that was illustrated, and it was all about this idea that everything is a remix, and it was about just creative motivation, and he turned it into a book, which I highly recommend you check out. I'll put a link to Amazon in the description if you want to check it out yourself. There's advice in here like, write the book you want to read. I think that's a great piece of advice. Paint the picture you want to paint. Make the thing you want to have. Compose the music you want to listen to. That's all great advice. If you have advice out there, what motivates you to make, and what advice do you have for someone like Andre, please leave a comment below or send a tweet at Matt Richardson. I'll have more videos this week, hopefully, and if you have any ideas for other videos, please do let me know also. Have a great day. Bye.